All right, hey, how you doing? My name is Tony. To those who are new to the channel, to those who aren't, yes, I've already talked about this a couple months ago, but we're going to talk about it again. And the people who haven't seen this video, just please pay close attention here because we're going to expand on what this guy talks about. Should only be something like 2 to 3 minutes, hopefully not even that long. It's going to be neat, promise you that.
And why is that? Because it's a clock, and the clock goes this way, goes counterclockwise. And the full circle is nearly 26,000 years. This is the moment Leo started. Then it became dark. And this is the moment where Aquarius will start. Then it will be light. So this is the dark period, half a circle, and then a half a circle, a light period. Thousands of years. So what does it actually mean? This is a moment in time. What moment in time? How can we precisely know what moment it was? To help us find that exactly right moment, we have to look at the shafts in the Great Pyramid. And those shafts are aligned to certain stars. It's aligned, of course, to Sirius, the dance partner of Helios. It's aligned to the lowest star in the belly of Orion, and Orion's belt. We'll do that later. These three pyramids represent, everybody knows that because of the work of Robert Bauval, represent the stars in the belly, in the belt of Orion. And that's exactly what we see. We see here 3 stars horizontal. Yeah? They are horizontal here. What does that mean? That means that the stars of Orion in the belly, in the belt, were rising horizontally. And that was around 11,000 BC. Yeah, we saw them nearly all the same time rising above the horizon. So when we go back 2 times this period, 4,320 years, then we come here, 10,949 BC. That was the moment here. That is when Leo started. So that means that after a period, we are now here. After nearly 13,000 years. This is what we should see now. And that is true. When we take a picture of Orion rising, we see this formation. First one, this rises, then the second one, and then the third one. So that means that this is the current time. And that will be 2012. That is the moment when we hit the light period again, when we go to the age or the eon of Aquarius.
All right, so simply put again, to reiterate, it's a clock. And so the clock below is based on the clock above. As above, so below. Our calendar, our days in a week, our days in a month, the hours in a day, all based on the stars and the constellations and the zodiac above. So it's just a clock based on another clock. And the Egyptians were trying to tell us, and every other culture in the world also has said the same thing. But we're just going to focus on the Egyptians, except for one other culture, which I'll show you later, because it's my favorite little depiction of this time-telling story here. They're letting us know what age and when the great cataclysm or the great change is going to take place. And they knew that everybody was going to be really dumb thousands of years from then, and not really dumb, just didn't care. You know, they just knew no one was really going to care. You know, these symbols all mean something, but we're going to focus on this. They narrowed it down to even let us know it would take place in the age of Aquarius, which is what we're in now as of last month. Well, it's February now, so as of January 2018, we've been in the age of Pisces, but now we're officially in the age of Aquarius. And that symbol there is the symbol for Aquarius. Charlie Brown shirt too, yeah? And on top of it, to narrow it down even further, the Egyptians told us, look out for the twin suns, the real Star Wars, which is Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter represents space, Saturn represents time. The Masonic compass, the square and the compass. The compass represents the circle, which is time, and the square represents space. The twin suns, Jupiter and Saturn. Here's Baphomet holding up the twins, the 2 fingers, the twins. Pisces, Aquarius. Here's Jesus doing the same thing. The planetary symbol for the sun is this right here. And this is like I said, this is my favorite depiction. This is done by a culture named the Picts, P-I-C-T-S. They were called that because they were known as the tattooed people. And apparently they were so badass that even the Romans didn't want to mess with them. But here they are telling you the same thing. When space and time meet, this rip and tear in space and time is going to take place. Here's the Kundalini. Here's all the energy that apparently takes place whenever these two meet. And here's what's known as the cosmic serpent or the cosmic dragon, or as you can see right there in the middle, sometimes it's known as the cosmic age. It's the rebirth. It's something, it's the change. Everything's going to be done differently here soon. And this is going to take place in 2020. Great conjunction. A great conjunction is a conjunction of the planets Jupiter and Saturn. The last great conjunction took place on May 31st, 2000, so a year before 9/11, while the next one will be in late December 2020. So that's what 2012 was really about. It was to let us know, because that's when we officially entered the age of Aquarius. We've just been in like a transitioning period. So that's what was to let us know, because even right, late December is when the whole world was supposed to end, was in December 21st, 22nd, 23rd of 2012. It was just an 8-year countdown, warning, if you will, to let you know, because 8's the serpent eating its tail, the cycle that we're stuck in. The show here, right here it is again, right? Twin Peaks, the twins. The show was so killer growing up. I was young when it came out, and everyone watched it, but no one understood what the hell it was talking about. So here is a character where he interprets in the show, where he interprets this as fear being the key that unlocks the Black Lodge if one goes there at the right time during the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, when the door opens. The path to the Black Lodge, aka your subconscious mind. Briggs tells Earl the signs of the Owl Cave. Come on, everyone, look at that. Briggs tells Earl the signs of the Owl Cave petroglyph that indicates that they will receive you at the time when Jupiter and Saturn meet. The door is opened with fear, or the door is opened with love. And the X-Files try to tell everybody this in 2016. This is from season 10, episode 1. Here's the script. The countdown the countdown has begun. It began in 2012, but no one knew. That's why I eventually looked up this song, Radioactive, by who? Imagine Dragons. Here's the dragon again. Let's look at it again, right? It was released in 2012 when we officially entered into the transition period of Aquarius. And that's how the song went. So I said I looked it up because it was in everything. Like I heard it on a commercial, and I was finally like, all right, man, this is being played everywhere. I've got to look up what the song, what's all about, what the song is all about, and why it's being used so much. Which I still didn't even understand then. I mean, I understood, but I did not get how deep this stuff went then. This is back in 2012 when I first started getting into this, what have you. So if you never heard the song, look it up. It's what even the chorus even goes. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Whoa, whoa, I'm radioactive, radioactive. Whoa, whoa, I'm radioactive, radioactive. I'm sure you heard that song, right? Everyone has. And radioactive, that's another way of saying mutate, which is another way of saying change. And so another thing too that started in 2017, in December of 2017, is that Saturn started to move into and is going to stay in the constellation Capricorn, and that takes place in 2020 as well. So from December 2017 through 2020, Saturn is going into Capricorn, and Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn. And here's the thing. So Saturn's in the front seat, right? He's in the driver's seat right now. It's in the driver's seat, whatever you want to say. That's what's going on in the heavens. And this is also from another book I bought recently about this stuff. I'm going to read it from, it's real hard to read here, but I'm just going to read these 3 paragraphs. It's real small. This is another way of looking at Saturn, another layer, another perspective. All right, so in Roman mythology, Saturn was a god of agriculture, dissolution, and renewal, which goes hand in hand with how the planet functions in an astrological context. The taskmaster planet emphasizes challenging lessons, concentration, organization, taking on greater responsibility, following the rules, resistance, and reality checks. Sure, it may sound like a complete buzzkill planet, but through setbacks you may incur as the result of stern, conservative Saturn, you'll learn, grow, and ultimately find yourself on even more solid ground. Saturn stays in each of the 12 signs for about 2.5 years. Saturn's retrograde periods occur once a year, which encourage you to do inner work to fully understand lessons, tackle unfinished business, and elevate your potential. So simply put another way, Saturn is a bully. Now you either allow that bully to keep its foot on your head, or you say, hey, thanks a lot for the push, asshole. Take the foot off your head and you rise above. And now, between now and 2020, is the time to really, really, really do it. I got everything written down. Yeah, I think that's pretty much just about it. So the Egyptians say that the star Sirius, the dog star, the God star, if you will, the dog is God backwards. That's the doorway. So I guess all the energy, whenever this takes place, the door will open somewhere, maybe near or in Sirius. Don't know. That's just speculation. But they've done this before. They've done it again. They've ripped a hole in space and time. That's what I think the Milky Way is, because it's called the Great Rift or the Dark Rift, and rift means crack. So I think they ripped that hole open and then sealed it back up. And they have the technology to do this. They're telling you right here. And if they're telling you now, that means they've had it forever, which they've had. This has been happening for so long, none of us can even comprehend it, really, seriously. Scientists building world's most powerful super lasers that can rip holes in space. A new laser is being built that is powerful enough to rip apart empty space. CERN is being used to open the door to the God of the outside. We are the gate that needs to open the door to the God of the inside. Now, this is from the Lego Avengers game. I don't know, but maybe this is what it's going to look like.
Hey there, physical. Meet the spiritual. Seems so natural. Two makes one inseparable. My mind is a kaleidoscope, the converging of.
I forgot to mention this because there's just so many things I had to show there. This is right out of a book that I bought a week or two ago, and it's basically like stars and constellations for dummies, because I'm trying to learn this stuff. It's kind of intimidating, but anyway, this is right out of the book. The changing shapes of the constellations. Stars are all moving through space at high speeds, but because they are so far away, we do not notice any movement, even in a human lifetime. But over very long periods of time, the shapes of the constellations will change. This diagram shows how the 7 stars of the Big Dipper have moved from the past 100,000 years and how they will look 100,000 years from now. I think they're up there swimming around. They're moving, but it's because they're swimming. The water's above and all. But never mind. I guess I shouldn't even probably mention that. Anyway, back to this. Sorry. So anyway, they're saying this is what the Big Dipper looks like in the sky today. They say 100,000 years ago, this is what it looked like. And 100,000 years from now, this is what it will look like. So this is what they were saying. Simply, this is what the Egyptians were saying. They were saying, okay, right now, Orion arises in the horizon. It looks like this. Thousands of years from now, it's going to rise in the horizon looking like this. Now be aware, because this means that you're in a new age. And be prepared, and again, be aware of what comes with going into and being part of a new age. I mean, that's it. That's it, all right here in a little nutshell. So just wanted to share that because I forgot to get into that. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to everybody for watching.